Right now, Bavarians are filing into their local town halls and having their names recorded in a list. This is going to continue until the 13th of February. So, what are they doing? What are they hoping to achieve? And what happens next? Basically, it's a petition. An officially organised petition. We're not talking about some lobby group somewhere collecting signatures and then delivering them to the government, who will then file them away in a vault somewhere until the fuss dies down. No. It's much better than that. It's a way for ordinary citizens to get government to look at proposals for a new law. If certain conditions are met, then a petition can be organised. National petitions are possible, but only in one very specific case, and that is if you have an area with a population of at least 1 million and that crosses at least one state boundary, and they decide that they would quite like to have a state of their own. So far, this has never actually happened. Most petitions are on the state level. The exact requirements vary from state to state, and there are some states where they're so strict that it is very nearly impossible to get a petition approved. But Bavaria is one of the states with the least restrictive requirements, and so petitions are not uncommon. It's a recognised and well-used instrument of direct democracy. In this case, the Ecological Democratic Party has put forward proposals for legislation in Bavaria aimed at protecting the wildlife. Now, this has been advertised as Save the Bees, but in actual fact it's quite a bit more comprehensive than that. There are the obvious things you might expect, like cutting down on the chemicals being used and increasing the number of organic farms. There are also less obvious things, like for example making it a legal requirement to start mowing a field in the middle, working outwards, so that any small animals hiding in the grass will have a better chance of escape. Supporters of the proposal say that these are important measures which will help to protect Bavaria's biodiversity. Critics, and this includes the largest party in the State Assembly, argue that it will put an undue burden on farmers without doing very much to actually protect the wildlife. The official requirements were met, and so German citizens who are eligible to vote in Bavaria have 2 weeks to sign it. If at least 10% of the electorate signs, it will be presented to the State Assembly. The State Assembly can choose to accept the petition and start the legislative process right away, or it can choose to reject the petition if it doesn't agree with it. If that happens, then the group that initiated the petition can demand a ballot. Now, this wouldn't be a referendum. In German law, that would be a vote on a proposal put by government. This would be a Volksentscheid, a vote on a proposal put to government by the people. The Assembly may also choose to make a counter-proposal of its own, and that will also then go on the ballot paper as an option. If there are more than 2 mutually exclusive options on the ballot paper, then there will also be an additional tie-break question in case none of the options gets an absolute majority. If the new law requires a change to the Bavarian constitution, then not only does a majority have to vote for it, but that majority must also represent at least 25% of the total electorate. And the result of this ballot is legally binding, so if the electorate wants a change in the law, the government has to make it happen. These votes can get complicated with many options on a single ballot paper, so not the ideal way to hold a referendum, but it does work, and Bavaria has several laws that were proposed by the people. For example, in 2010, a petition to ban smoking in Bavarian restaurants was signed by 14% of the Bavarian electorate, but the Assembly rejected it, and so it went to a public vote. In that vote, 61% of those who voted were in favour, and so the proposal was accepted, and now you can't smoke in a Bavarian restaurant. So there you have it. Direct democracy, Bavarian style. Go Bavaria! Thanks for watching. If you'd like to send me a postcard, here's the address. And don't forget to visit my website and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you'd like access to special bonus content and help with the costs of running this channel, please consider making a small monthly donation on Patreon.